Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to Swish Life Garage. Today guys, I'm still currently healing from my accident I had recently on the Civic, but I still wanted to make a video for you guys to see what I've been having going on and to see the things I've been building up on the side in order to make more videos for this channel. So today I'm going to present to you guys a new project for this channel. Real quick, before I show you the car, if you guys want to click down below in the description box, I have a link to my eBay page and my Etsy. On my eBay, I post any car parts and personal items I might not use, but as well, click on the Etsy page if you guys want to show any support to the channel and make a purchase of any merch. I do have some shirts, some decals, and some other items that I'll be listing onto there. So if you guys go ahead and click down below and make a purchase, I greatly appreciate it. So last video guys, I showed you the CD7 Accord and all the parts I have for that. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the EK hatch that I had purchased here recently about 4 or 5 months ago. Now it's not something I was planning to buy, but it just kind of fell into my hands. So this is a 97 Civic hatchback. When I first purchased this vehicle, it did not have the hood, it did not have the seats in it, and did not have the wheels. I did have to bring 2 wheels of my own because he had some SI wheels on the front. Swap those out, put these Inkies on there, and then it had 2 Steelies on the back, which I eventually switched on over to these Inkies. I was planning to just keep a part or a few parts for the sedan and then just flip it. But after looking at the car all over, I was like, man, it has this, it has that, and the list started stacking on up. I'm like, am I really going to sell it? Should I keep it for myself and build it on the side? The more I thought about it, looking at other hatches for sale on Marketplace and the prices that they're going for, I thought this was a great opportunity for me to keep it and build something to my liking. The hatches are not really my favorite. They kind of look like a little minivan. The more and more I look at it, it's getting a little bit better to my liking. Let me show you what it came with, and as well, I'm going to show you some of the parts that I have been building on up. Start on the front here. I did purchase this hood from the junkyard, really cheap. So OEM hood on there. Now in the engine bay, pretty bare. It does have a sway bar on there. I believe it might be an Eibach. It does have some coilovers, just some Amazon coilovers, and in some places I do see some polyurethane bushings on the suspension. It does have the EX front knuckles with brakes, so that's already upgraded. And another thing, this car is originally an automatic, so it has been swapped to standard, or some of the things has been done in order to swap it to standards. I'm still going to need the engine, transmission, the shift linkage, and the shifter, stuff like that. Now it did not come with the front bumper on there. It did come with just kind of like an Amazon or aftermarket SI looking grill. Sunshade on here is from my Civic, the sedan Civic. Moving on to the door here, there is some damage on the door area, just a little bit. It is fixable. Of course, no sunroof. In the US, none of the hatches came with the sunroof. Or before we talk about the quarter, it does have the SI rear disc conversion on there, so that's another thing. And then if we look under here, it has lower control arms and the tie bar. That is function 7. Now the damage on the quarter panel, pretty much the reason why the owner of the car decided to sell it. I believe he said it's like his 2nd or 3rd hatch, and it's the 2nd or 3rd time that someone wrecks into it. So he just felt like it was not for him, you know, just the upper power telling him to just, you know, change it on up, move on to something else. This car was hit in a parking lot by a drunk driver at an apartment. Your car is never really safe anywhere. In my opinion, this is not a bad hit. It is still fixable. You know, we do have some damage here onto the rear panel. It kind of pushed everything in over here. Of course, the quarter panel would have to be straightened out, and as well, this rear panel has to be kind of stretched on out in order to make everything align perfectly and get the rear tail light back into just bolting on in. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section, what you think of the damage. Now moving along here on the hatch, another hit there. Everything's pretty straight over here. The driver door pretty straight as well. There is like a line or some body work that has been done previously. Driver's door does not work, but it does open from the inside. In the interior, it is missing some pieces. Owner did include some of the interior pieces, which I'll show you guys here in a little bit. But the car is missing the door panels. Now all of the US hatches had roll-up windows. None of them had electric windows. I'm not sure exactly how yet, but they did put electric windows in here. The owner said that just the driver's side works, and for some reason the passenger does not, but he has not even looked into it. But at the same time, I was thinking about converting everything back to manual, make it back to OEM specifications. But at the same time, if I find the right wire harness and stuff, I just might continue with the whole electric system. Anyways, now one of the real reasons that I had purchased this vehicle for is because in my EK sedan, one of the things I really wanted was a black EDM dash, which this Civic has. You know, I did contact the owner. I was like, hey, I'll purchase just the dash, but he said, no, I'm not gonna go ahead and part everything out, but if you want it, you could buy it, keep the dash, and sell the car. I was like, man, like, I don't really have room for that. I don't think I can make it happen. Eventually I just made it happen. The dashboard is completely loose, but I just left it in there after I made my decision to just keep the car. So that's how I got stuck with this car and added it onto my projects. But it's all good, man. I know I'm going to create content for you guys, and I know good things are going to come out of this car. So hopefully you guys are excited. Moving along, it did not come with the upper center console, but it did come with the armrest, a Type F armrest. The seats are from an EP3. These were in my dad's garage for many years, and they were just getting destroyed by the animals, scratching on them and doing stuff. So I decided to take them out of the garage and throw them into here, and honestly, they fit the car. You know, I really don't see EP3 seats. A lot of people don't like them, but in this situation, I think they fit perfect. Here on the passenger side as well, there is no door panel. You got the other EP3 seat. Another thing I should mention is that a lot of these black parts are spray painted black. So like that door sill panel, that's spray painted black. The dash as well has been spray painted black. I do believe it is originally a Type K color dash, but it might possibly be a black EDM dash. But either way, I know I can make this work and get it looking a little bit better and presentable once I put it into a car. Here in the trunk hatch area, there's not too much happening in here. Now, one good thing is that there is not any rust in here. It just kind of has to be cleaned on up, but no water leaks, anything like that. It does already have the Type K interior panels on the quarters, as well as this side here. On top here on the rear hatch, it is missing some of the panels, but I do have some of those pieces. Right now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the pieces that it did come with. Here's one of those hatch pieces for the rear, kind of faded on top here on the top side, but it did come with that. Came with the cluster panel, came with the cluster as well. This is the DX cluster. It doesn't have the RPMs on there. Over here it has the JDM ashtray, which is missing a few little pieces, and it has been spray painted black. This is originally a gray piece. Here's some AC control panels. So that's the newer one for the 99 2000, and then this one is the older one, and it has the manual controls with the cable on there. You can see the vents are broken. It has a crack on there, but either way, it did come with it. Here's the lower panel for the dash on the driver's side. This one as well has been spray painted black. The glove box has been spray painted. Here, I do believe this is original black. This is the column cover. That might be original JDM piece. Have some used up sun visors. Pretty much all these pieces have been spray painted black, except this one here. I believe this is for the sedan, if I'm correct, and this one original black. So, but here's the other kick panel, and then the sides for the dash by the door. This one is Type K gray, spray painted black, and here kind of close to the glove box, this one as well spray painted. Another kick panel, Type K. You got air vent, and then the cup holders, for some reason they're just like a little cut up. I'm not sure what it is, but looks a little bit rough on there. The last pieces that it came with is the rear seat. Not in the best condition, but either way it is. The rear seat, a little tear over there. The upper seat with the trunk carpeting. That's a list of the parts that it came with. Let me show you the parts that I've been building up on the side. First off, I did have to purchase a front bumper. A little bit of damage there on the side. Got it for a real nice price, untouched. Separately, kind of looks like the same, but separately I found a rear bumper. It does have a little bit of damage here on the side, a little bit down here, and right there you guys could tell, but really not too bad. Now in order for me to fix the car from the quarter panel damage, I purchased this on eBay. This is where the rear tail lights would be at. This is the rear panel. Take out the old panel, the damaged panel, put this one on in, and have everything line up correctly. Have the quarter panel line up where it should, have the hatch close as it should. As far as for the damage on the hatch, I'm not having any worries on that, because I know as long as I have this piece, everything else, I'm just gonna have to beat the panel on out, put a little bit of Bondo on there, and call it a day, get it painted on up. I have some interior panels. This panel is from a 96, so it is the Type F interior. These other panels over here are from a 99. Like I said, we have the Type F, which is kind of like a primer gray sort of color, and then the Type K, which is a darker gray. The darker gray, in my opinion, looks a lot better. So I purchased this one. It's the first part I found along with the rear bumper. Later on, I found some other pieces on Marketplace. Got both door seal panels, interior panels, got the center console, got the upper shift panel, and then some better looking cup holders there, and the cup holders that came with the shift panel here. It has the flip lid, and so some people really like that. There's like 2 other variations of cup holders that you can buy for this car, but these are the 2 that I have. Here I have the Type R shift boot with the red stitching on there. Have not opened it. Another panel here for the trunk area, not the hatch, but the bottom of the hatch there. Forgot to mention that the turn signals in the car slash the wiper arm little handles where the steering wheel is at, they're broken, so I purchased this. It has a little extra switch for the rear hatch wiper. Moving on over here, I have some rear nice looking Type K colored speaker covers for the rear hatch. Here I have the 96, 97 rear tail lights. The newer ones just have the white strip. They don't have the amber turn signal on there. Here I have the carpet for the rear boot. This carpet right here is the black rear carpet, and this is from a Type R Civic. That's the reason why this one is black and not gray like most other Civic hatches, is because the Type R came with black interior. Right here I have the gray carpet, if you guys can see. That's the first one I purchased, then I found the Type R, so that's the reason why I have 2 of them. And over here I have another duplicate of the back panel Type K, just like that one there. And I purchased this one just because it has just a little bit less scratches. Once I finally put on the panels, I'm just going to compare them both, sell one of them, and put one onto the car. Now over here I have the last few pieces that I have for this car. Over here I have some window regulators that I found on eBay for the left and right, along with the handles. These are for the manual windows, so I can put that back into the vehicle if I like. And also I found this on Marketplace from a person that actually watched some of my videos. This is the rear hatch cover, so whenever you close the hatch, people can't see what you have in your trunk area. These do go for a good little price for what they are. Managed to find a real crispy one. And over here have the JDM ashtray for the center console. That's just for the rear passengers. Switch that out with the blank panel that the US ones come in with, and put this one on in. This box, I haven't opened it yet, but this is the little light for the trunk hatch area. Since I am missing it, decided to purchase it brand new. And here's another JDM EDM piece. This is the ashtray. Since the other ashtray for the front was missing, you know, it wasn't fitting right for the little 12-volt outlet, and as well this little button was missing on there, so that would just open on up. So if you feel like firing it on up while driving. Last and final piece I want to show you guys, this is the front strut tower bar. This is a JDM or EDM piece. This is not the Type R one. Even though this one is red, the previous owner of this strut bar had it powder coated. How you could tell is because the thickness of the bar. The thicker ones were for the Type R. These thinner ones are for the EK4. But either way, got that bar for a very good price, whether it been a Type R or EK4 one. So now that is all the parts that I have purchased for this hatch project. Again, this is not something I really want to bring onto the street within the next few months. You know, if it takes me a year or 2 years in order to get all the pieces together, I'm completely fine with that. Of course, I still need an engine, transmission, shift linkage, door panels, and maybe some other little pieces in order to make the project complete. But still, there's many aftermarket parts and labor I still have to put into this project. So hopefully you guys are excited for these videos coming up on the hatch project. There you have it, guys. The EK hatch project just kind of fell into my possession with the right circumstances. Let me know down below, guys, what you think of this project, maybe some parts I might have to look into, or what would you do in this situation with the car. As is, the car looks like a little minivan. Like I said previously, it looks like a little Dodge Caravan in my opinion. Once you start to mod it with the right tasteful mods, you could get this thing looking really sweet. I know some of you guys are excited to see this car onto the channel and excited for future videos. If you guys can, go ahead and like this video and make sure you are subscribed to this channel and turn on the bell notifications. Drop a comment down below, you know, just some fire emojis, or let me know your opinion. It really helps me to reach other viewers and get other subscribers onto the channel. I'm really trying to grow this channel and keep moving forward, and imagine if I could work on cars every day and bring you guys content every day. I know this channel can blow up. Now that's going to be it for this video on showing you the EK hatch. If you guys want to go ahead, click onto my channel, check out some of the other videos and some of the other projects, because as for this one, I'm gonna have to catch you on the next one, player.